A part of kindness consists in loving people more than they deserve. To teach is to learn twice. It is better to debate a question without settling it, than to settle a question without debating it. The aim of argument, or of discussion, should not be victory, but progress. Never cut what you can untie. The best remedy for a short temper is a long walk. When you go in search of honey, you must expect to be stung by bees. Politeness is the flower of humanity. Space is to place, as eternity is to time. Innocence is always unsuspicious. Imagination is the eye of the soul. You will find poetry nowhere, unless you bring some of it with you. Only choose in marriage a man whom you would choose as a friend, if he were a woman. We must respect the past, and mistrust the present, if we wish to provide for the safety of the future. Genius begins great works, labor alone finishes them. Children need models, rather than critics. The passions of the young are vices in the old. Love and fear. Everything the father of a family says must inspire one or the other. Words, like glass, obscure when they do not aid vision. Without the spiritual world, the material world is a disheartening enigma. Misery is almost always the result of thinking. The direction of the mind is more important than its progress. He who has imagination without learning, has wings but no feet. God is the place where I do not remember the rest. Justice is the truth in action. Superstition is the only religion of which base souls are capable of. How many people make themselves abstract to appear profound? The most useful part of abstract terms are the shadows they create to hide a vacuum. The Bible remained for me a book of books, still divine, but divine in the sense that all great books are divine which teach men how to live righteously. Never write anything that does not give you great pleasure. Emotion is easily transferred from the writer to the reader. The mind conceives with pain, but it brings forth with delight. All are born to observe order, but few are born to establish it. Logic works, metaphysics contemplates. Grace is in garments, in movements, in manners, beauty in the nude, and in forms. This is true of bodies, but when we speak of feelings, beauty is in their spirituality, and grace in their moderation. Pleasures are always children. Pains always have wrinkles. Whoever has no fixed opinions, has no constant feelings. There was a time when the world acted on books. Now books act on the world. It is easy to understand God, as long as you don't try to explain Him. Space is the stature of God. Happiness is a way station between too little and too much. He who has not the spirit of this age, has all the misery of it. It is better to understand little, than to misunderstand a lot. To live is to think. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. What we see depends mainly on what we look for. The worst thing about new books is that they keep us from reading the old ones. There is nothing so ugly as a pessimistic vision of life. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Our virtues are most often but vices in disguise. The world belongs to the enthusiast who keeps cool. The only way to be happy is to love. Unless you love, your life will flash by.